I'm Tom Lynn. I'm a police chief of a very small community with a limited tax base. In other words, we don't have much for funding. Through this institute, I was honored to meet John Osborne, who's with the Marysville, California. I started to say sheriff's office.
Police department.
I started to say.
Well, but you got to say it all again. He can.
Police department. In one of our discussions, we mentioned before approximately 40 other attendees, that approximately 30% of the law enforcement officers in Oklahoma perform their duties without protection. In other words, without body armor. After I mentioned that to the attendees, John Osborne did some research through his agency, and they have agreed to provide approximately 100 vests that are in good condition. As a matter of fact, he indicated that they most likely have a year left on the manufacturer's warranty, and that they are willing to donate those to Oklahoma. Now, I don't have 100 officers on my department. As a matter of fact, including the part-time / reserves, we have a total of 18. But obviously, the need is there in Oklahoma, and I will coordinate through our Oklahoma Association of Chiefs of Police and make sure that they're distributed to departments that are in need. He also indicated that he will make inroads through his state law enforcement association and see if perhaps there are other vests available for the officers in Oklahoma and other states that are feeling the need.
It was a simple networking conversation, and it turned into a situation where there's a great need in the state of Oklahoma, and if we can take some vests that we're not using and that are ultimately going to be disposed of and transfer them to someone that wouldn't otherwise have one, that's a great opportunity to help a brother officer. If we save one officer's, sheriff's, deputy's life with it, then it made a 5-minute phone call to beg forgiveness from my boss that I had given away some vests worth every bit of it.
This wouldn't have been possible had we not met at this institute. Oklahoma has a hue and cry for vests, and we are getting some in, but we're not getting enough. And this will greatly enhance those efforts. And again, it wouldn't have been possible without the interaction here at the Institute. So we thank you for that.
Oh, this is huge. This technology this week has just been at sometimes overwhelming with all the information that agencies are sharing. Each agency has brought a specific issue that they've looked at, and they all haven't been success stories, which is really a plus. It's not like this has just worked and this is wonderful and it'll work in your agency. No, this is a program or a plan that we put together, an agency put together, that failed, and this is why it failed, and this is what you need to look out for when you're in your planning. And it really opens up, I think, a lot of people, and myself, I'll speak for myself, that you can really see that there's more to it than just buying the piece of equipment. There's more to it than just buying software for your records management system. It's a lot of the research that goes into that and the valuation that we've learned from here and what the NIJ does is just so beneficial that we've been able to tap into. And I know for me, I'll take it back, and whether I get any equipment isn't really the issue for me. It's not so much obtaining equipment. It's obtaining the knowledge of what's there and how I can best apply that and planning for that in my agency.
My name is Ron Peregrine. I'm the Undersheriff for Clallam County Sheriff's Office, which is a small rural sheriff's office in the extreme northwest corner of Washington State. I've been very, very impressed with the National Institute of Justice conference that I attended this year in Coronado. It was truly a working conference where I was able to network with other people that had very, very similar problems to what I'm experiencing in my county. For instance, I've been trying to get crime scene investigation training for some of my deputies for 2 years now up in my area, but because of the remote location of my county, it's difficult to get the training on scene, so I don't have to spend overtime and lose a lot of time from my deputies in order to get the training. I just found out today that I can get the training free through the resources offered through the NIJ website. I'm working with people that I've met here to exchange equipment that we no longer have need for, that they have need for, and I'm finding equipment they have that they no longer need, and we're able to make those exchanges. I even was able to offer one of the chiefs of police from Tennessee a place to stay when he vacations with his family up in my area when he comes to the Northwest. So this has been an extremely valuable working conference, and I'm very glad that I attended because it was a professionally run working conference that directly benefited my department, and I know it will benefit many others just like us. We're small. We don't have a lot of money in order to get the things that we need, and I found out that there are a lot of things available through NIJ that I had no idea existed, and I intend to take full advantage of it.
I was very excited because when I saw it was for smaller agencies, it's always, we seem to get pushed to the bottom of the pile. So for me to come and give my ideas, what worked for us, we tried many things and say, hey, this is what you might face in your own department. Limited guys, you're gonna, it was really striking. I went on the website of a lot of departments before I came here, and I saw, wow, we're very close in population, very close in numbers of officers, So for me to exchange the information that I did some research on, did some training on, and maybe they don't have to go through it, and I could help those guys through a bad situation, was real. It was very exciting that I was able to get here and do that, and hopefully someone benefited from me saying the stuff that I did. I really think that this is a great venue for small guys because we always seem to get the short end.
It makes me feel like I'm not alone in the world, like I'm not the only one out doing this every day. The people that I've met in this institute do the same things that my department and my command staff and my officers are doing every day, and it's a critical opportunity for a small agency like ours to network and develop resources across the country that we wouldn't ever have otherwise.
It means a lot. I mean, I was got the opportunity to go to the FBI N8 also, and we're all in this business, and we all have the same problems. We all have the same issues. I don't care if you're a 5-man police department or you're a 1,000-man police department. It all boils down to us all having the same issues that we have to deal with. And to sit in here and listen to some of these problems and financial restraints that these departments have, buying used cars and hand-me-downs, and for them to be able to look at this and buy a video camera to put on their officer for $70, that to me is just unbelievable. It's a no-brainer. I mean, it gives them an opportunity to not only increase their officer safety by having some video on them, but just a peace of mind that technology they can afford. It's a piece of equipment they can afford.